Hello, I'm Krista Coleman, the new Director of Alumni Relations at Lawrence Technological University. After graduating from LTU in 2012 with a Bachelor of Science in Business Management, I didn't really expect to be back, but it's truly an exciting time to be here, watching LTU grow yet again. I don't think the founder could ever have predicted how successful his risky idea would be. Launching a new college was a gutsy move in 1932 at the height of the Depression, but successful engineer and academic Russell Lawrence thought it was a necessity. America, Lawrence said, needs to prepare for the new technical era. Lawrence Institute of Technology opened in the fall of 1932 with about 400 students. Most were working men pursuing engineering degrees after long days at the factory. Lawrence Tech's first home was the vacant Ford Trade School in Highland Park, leased to Lawrence by none other than Henry Ford and his son Edsel. 10 years later, the school's rapid growth was interrupted by the onset of World War II. Most students went off to fight. After the war, soldiers flocked back to America by the millions. Lawrence Tech's enrollment grew nearly tenfold, from a wartime low of 220 to 2,100 students in 1946. Post-war expansion continued into the 1950s, and at Lawrence Tech, student life was rockin', from huge dance parties and athletics to a nationally ranked basketball team. It was time for Lawrence Tech to move out on its own to its current campus site in Southfield, Michigan. The Lawrence family broke ground for the first building, which is still in use today. By the 60s, students were more academic and less interested in campus life and athletics. Lawrence Tech grew steadily, adding programs, students, and buildings, until each of Lawrence Tech's 4 colleges had a building of its own. And when master's degrees were introduced in 1989, it was time for a new identity: Lawrence Technological University. With the dawn of the new century, LTU's growth in programs and facilities reflected commitments to embrace new technologies and bring more students to campus. Then the Great Recession hit in late 2008.
We're facing unprecedented challenges, and you read the papers I did this morning, heard the testimony yesterday. If GM doesn't get $4 billion this month, they close their doors. Chrysler's in the same position, looking for 70s. They're hanging on by their fingertips.
LTU got busy and responded. The Recovery Starts Here effort took the lead in Michigan, developing training and certificate programs for displaced workers.
And there are outstanding workers who just need some additional skills to prepare them for the exciting jobs of the future. And Lawrence Tech can be the bridge to bring these companies and workers together.
I don't know who came up with the idea, but if you see me after this meeting, I'd like to offer you a job because...
In 2011, Lawrence Tech developed a research-informed plan to ensure the university's long-term sustainability. The goal was to strengthen LTU's identity as a traditional, 4-year university with a vibrant campus life. In the 6 years since the plan's implementation, Blue Devil athletics have grown from 5 to 24 teams, while the number of 4-year traditional students has grown by 6.5%. The residential population increased so quickly that by the time Royce Hall for freshmen opened in 2015, it wasn't large enough to accommodate the first class. With a beautiful new STEM complex and the return of football in 2018, Lawrence Technological University is preparing for one of the largest periods of growth in its history.